Hello everyone, this is Ahmed Bassam from MENA Tech, and today we have a guest in Jitex 2020. I will let him introduce himself.
Sure, hi, I'm Lalit Vase. I'm currently the CEO of NASR and founder of NASR Esports. I've lived in Dubai for 22 years and been in the gaming industry for about 20 years. I started with Red Entertainment Distribution, which was the biggest distributor for video games across the MENA region. About 6 years ago, I then founded a company called Power League Gaming that does activations in esports and gaming for brands. And then 3 years ago, I founded NASR Esports with the best players from across the region to take part in competitions here and on a global basis.
And I want to ask a couple of questions.
Sure.
We start from, can you tell me more about NASR Esports?
Yeah, sure. So NASR Esports, so when we had PLG, we were organizing tournaments for various publishers, Activision, EA, Blizzard, and we saw that the level of some of the players was quite good. So we started looking to say, let's find one or two players, send them abroad for some international competitions and kind of see what their level is compared to the global standard.
Okay.
So we found this one player called Saeed Hashim, a Tekken master from Bahrain. He was winning all the Mortal Kombat tournaments.
Okay.
So we sent him to EVO, which is the biggest fighting game tournament in Las Vegas. And he actually came second, and he almost beat the world champion Sonic Fox at the time.
Okay.
So then we knew that yes, the players have the talent, we just have to develop them. So when he came back, we started the team. He was the first player. And then we signed a couple of FIFA players and some Street Fighter players. And currently, like in individual games, we have players, like Tekken Masters #4 in the world. Big Beard from Abu Dhabi, who plays Street Fighter, is #7 in the world. Rami from Egypt is #20 in the world in FIFA. So we started off with individual players, and now we have teams in Valorant, League of Legends, CSGO, Rainbow Six. And we're kind of finding the best talent from across the Middle East and bringing them together as teams, and then we support them, coach them, pay for their travel, etc.
Okay.
Trying to show the world the talent that exists in the Middle East.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, I want to ask another question. If that's esports and it's revolved in gaming, why you choose Jitex 2020? Why you are here now in Jitex?
So I'm actually here to meet investors. So we have a lot of investors that have come down this year. If you look at Jitex, a lot of it is about startup and that ecosystem. So I'm actually here to meet a lot of investors and other people in the esports industry to actually explain to them what is esports, what is gaming, and what the opportunities are in esports, right?
Yes.
So being in the gaming industry here, the gaming industry has grown massively, but that is selling games to people who want to play games. Esports is the professional part of it, which is still much smaller, but I think it's going to grow a lot in the next 3 to 5 years. And there's a lot of investment required for tournaments, leagues, teams, etc.
Yes.
So I'm actually here to talk on various panels and groups to explain to them what the opportunity is.
Great. How has been 2020 for esports in general? And we saw the growth in gaming in general, and not just esports, gaming in general. So how was 2020 for you and for esports?
So I think 2020 was an extremely interesting year for us. I think globally gaming and esports grew massively, minimum 15%, and some gaming companies grew by 60-70% in terms of revenues because people were home playing more games.
Yes.
For esports, it was a mix. Teams and companies that depended on live tournaments suffered because players could not travel, they had to cancel many events. But teams and companies that are doing content did really well because people are sitting at home and they're consuming much more content.
Yes.
So it was good. Our players spent a lot more time doing content, making videos, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what their fans like to watch. So for us, it was good. But at the same time, our players could not travel to go to international tournaments. So the players are frustrated because there's no competition, and some games you cannot play online. US to Middle East you cannot play because connection is not good enough.
Yes.
But yeah, overall I think it was a good year. We learned a lot, and it has prepared us better for the future, which could be online tournaments or offline tournaments.
Okay, nice, great. Okay, so next question is, what your plans for 2021? What is your prediction for 2021?
So I think as far as the Middle East goes, I think it's going to grow massively. I think eSports will double, if not more, simply because the number of brands now looking to spend money in at events and in the ecosystem with influencers, with gamers is a lot more. They're a lot more educated about it. From a NASR perspective, one of the big investments for us is being the #1 team in the region for League of Legends. We were invited by Riot Games to put a team in the Turkish official Riot Games league, which if you win that league, you get a chance to go to play in the world finals, right? So we are investing in a team there. That is kind of our big investment for the year. I think Valorant is another new game that Riot has just launched. We've just started a team that now just won the first tournament they did and was #1 in Levant and Egypt area. So I think that's another game we're going to invest in. We're also going to launch an academy. So basically a platform where any gamer of any level can get access to our pro players and coaches to just learn. It may be a father who wants to learn to get better the game, his son. Could be a child who just wants to learn how to finish the game or get to the next level or improve his rank. So we're going to launch that soon, in the next couple of weeks, to start it online, and then depending how COVID goes, we can also have offline centers where people can come, meet our players, learn from them. I think it's really important. And also part of the academy is, one is responsible gaming. So how do you spend your time, sleeping properly, studying properly, gaming as well, and improving, because everybody doesn't have to spend 14 hours
at least
playing, but our pro players will also be explaining to them why.
Yes.
And those who can't become pro gamers, we want to start offering master classes to explain to them what are the other careers. So how you can become a caster for a tournament, a commentator, a video editor, a team manager, a team
maybe editor, maybe a development department.
Taking interviews, becoming an MC. And so we want to start all of those courses for people. So you improve your game. Once you learn that you cannot become pro, then there is another careers, paths you can take in gaming and esports that has nothing to do with becoming a pro player.
That's very good, very good. How you scout for talent in Middle East, and how it compared to other competition outside the region?
Most of our scouting happens through tournaments and through our players, because our players are because they're the best in every game that we are either #1 or #2 in the whole MENA region.
Great.
So they have a lot of fans and followers. A lot of them are players who want to become pros or are pretty good. So a lot of our teams is constantly talking to the community and watching the new players. And if they see somebody good, then our coach will watch them. Then we'll bring them for a tryout. That's kind of how we do it. We also look at all the teams and players who are winning tournaments.
So that's easy.
If this team wins, we will start following them, look at the players. Maybe one player is really good and will fit into our team. Or if it's an individual player, we'll look at his skill, we'll invite him to play against one of our players, and then we start developing talent that way. I think skill-wise, the Middle East has the best of the best talent compared to anywhere in the world. I think what we have to do, in the big job for everyone who's looking at esports, is to develop the other parts that they need. To be a world champion, you have to have the proper mindset, you have to have the proper discipline, you have to be willing to make sacrifice. That is still not there. Even the guys who play still don't look at it as a proper professional career. So for us, we have to take them, make them live in a house, explain to them that this is not a holiday. This is work.
It's work, yes.
This is, the best
training, work.
The best players in the world are training for 12 to 14 hours. You don't have to do that much, but you need to start with 8 and okay, you can sit in front of a computer for 14 hours just talking to friends and
Yes,
not
exactly.
seriously practicing. And that, I think, is part of what we are developing, right?
Okay,
That
okay.
you have to put a structure in to make the players follow a certain way of preparing for tournaments.
Yes.
And also a lot of it is coaching them about life, about how they think about things and their mindset. Because in the end, when you're competing with the top 4-5 people in the world, in the end, it's all about mindset. The skill is pretty much the same, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you're born in Korea or in the Middle East or in America or in India, you're the same.
It's the same, yes.
Skill-wise, it's just that the mindset needs to be different.
Okay, thank you for being with us today. That's a very good information about esports and gaming in general. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great Jai Tax.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.